Good afternoon to everyone. It's foggy. But looks like sometime the pocket of lights. It's a diffuse light. Just penetrates the thick cloud. So officially, we have a rainy season now in Meghalaya. I'm in Sora at present. Wanted to shoot the beautiful waterfalls of Sora, and today my intention was to shoot the Seven Sisters Fall, which is known as Nosithiang Fall. But doesn't look like I will be able to shoot. Now there's a thick fog again rolling in. It just passes through. So good thing is that it is passing by because it's quite windy. But what not so good though is the rain. But today I'm very excited because I'm going to test my new equipment. Let me show you what is it. Let me keep this bag aside. Just hold on. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so this is the new thing, new equipment. It's written DJI. I know you have guessed it right. Yes, this is Mavic 3 combo pack. Let me show you what is inside. So DJI said that this bag is also convertible to a backpack, which is actually really nice, a nice touch. Earlier in Mavic 2 we used to have a bag which is pretty much used to carry your Mavic 2, else you can't do anything. But so let's open the big boy first. Let me just turn. Ooh, smells good. So first thing, you are greeted with this controller, which I don't like much. I'll talk about it later on. This is the controller, RCN1. Let's keep it aside. Then you also get 3 batteries. These are massive battery. It's I think it's 5000 mAh battery. It has 4 indicators. Look at that. So probably each one it indicates at least 25%. So there are 3 of them. Then you have charger, which after you place the battery, it will detect which battery has the maximum power. Then it will charge that battery first, then consecutively it will charge one by one. Then you get USB-C to USB-C A, or I can say A to C. Oh, it's pretty hot now. Let me just, yeah, there is no more rain, but just the fog, but still I cannot fly. Then you get lots of propellers. I think there are 4 to 6 pairs of propeller. I will count later on. Anyway, let's keep all these things aside. And what you wanted to see is this. Look at that. So this is a nice touch. You see a cover. It covers the gimbal, the lens, and also the propeller. Earlier in Mavic 2 we don't have this feature, so you have to buy an extra belt or rubber, something like that. It was pretty messy. Then the gimbal holder, which was like a transparent plastic, so to say, so even that was not good. It constantly hits the gimbal. Then there are scratches, but unlike this is really a smart move by DJI. So it holds the lens properly, gimbal properly, all the sensors, your propellers, 4 propellers, and yes, ladies and gentlemen, I present you Mavic 3. Welcome, my boy. So this is a magnetic strap, very neatly done. So we have to just pull up a little bit and it comes up, and there you go. So this is how it comes out, and from top I just have to push a little bit, then muzzle will come out. Yes, see, it has come out. So inside it is something like quite soft material, so that your gimbal will not get scratched over time. So this is nice, very nice. I really love it. Okay, enough of this. Oh, here is the Mavic 3. Look at this massive gimbal and lens. So yeah, it's clearing up a bit. Oh yes, it's clearing up a bit. Anyway, so as usual, Mavic 2 is foldable, and this is foldable too. So you take out the top front arm first, then the rear arm later on. That's how you open this boy. Look at this handsome hunk. Isn't it beautiful? Yes, it is beautiful. Look at that. So the battery, earlier in Mavic 2, the battery was on the top. So there were certain occasions that upon crashing, or if you don't set the battery properly, there is a tendency to come out. But this one will not, because there is a 2 small clicks, you see, one here and one there. So you have to press firmly like that, then the battery will pop. See, it's a massive battery. Look at that. So it seems like the 80% of this Mavic 3 is for this battery. And I can't emphasize much how good this battery is. According to DJI, according to DJI, this battery will last 46 minutes in a controlled environment. So they have tested in a lab in a no wind situation. So it says 46, and hover time is 40 minutes. But in Meghalaya, it's mostly it's windy. Oh, it's getting dark. Give my light. Oh yes, this overhead line. So Meghalaya is pretty windy, and Mavic has to struggle with this wind. So I don't think we will get 30 minutes maybe. If I get 25 to 30, I will be very happy, because Mavic 2 gives me at least 20 to 25, so it should go more than that. Flight time is really important, especially in Meghalaya, because once the waterfalls are really big, say Nokkalikai, they are big, Nosithiang are big, then Kandram Fall, they are really big. So once you fly, you really want to cover at least something. Then you come down, and you must have enough juice to land, because you have to struggle with lots of wind. So this battery is really going to help. So thank you DJI for this massive battery. Yeah, so let's keep it inside again. Yeah, that's how it goes. So you have omnidirectional, so it can see from top, bottom, left, right, back and front. They are massive. I don't know whether you can see or not, probably. Let's talk about the most important aspect of this drone, which everybody loves, is its sensor size. So this is 4x3 sensor from Hasselblad. Huge sensor. It has a wonderful dynamic range. Earlier, when we shoot in a dawn or the dusk with Mavic, of course, so we used to have I used to have problem with the shadows, especially and it become very grainy, and footage are not so usable. And if you want to take light trails or say building lights, especially in a festive season where people decorate their houses, or some kind of buildings or cathedrals, so it becomes a bit challenge to shoot with Mavic 2. But with this, it's supposed to be absolutely clean footage, because I've seen the other people taking night shots with this, and they are outstanding. I can't wait to shoot with this. You come across situation like this, or there may be partial fog, cloud, and you're shooting the waterfall with this Mavic, then sometime because of the fog you may get a grain in your footage. But those are not a grain, so to say, but those are the tiny mists that looks like a grain when the mist flows in front of your sensor. So it seems like a grain, but it is not actually. So I don't know how it's going to behave, but I'm very, very, very excited to shoot with this. So yeah, the light is okay. Let me just open the door. Yeah, I can feel the mist. Very nice. So this is the camera, main camera. This is 4x3 sensor, 4x3 size sensor from Hasselblad. This is a beautiful camera, I tell you. I have taken some shots, definitely, and I'm pretty happy with this. Oh wow, nice breeze. So I don't know whether I'll be able to fly today or not. I really want to fly, but it's so foggy, cannot see anything. The footage with this will be outstanding because of its sensor size. Now the top sensor, top camera, and this is very interesting because nor it is meant for photography nor meant for videography, but according to the DJI website, they said these are explorer mode, which means you can basically explore things and see up close to certain sceneries that we are looking or exploring to. It has a 1/2 inch sensor, 12 megapixel sensor. So it has 4x digital zoom, and it is 162 mm. That's pretty nice, pretty neat, and this small body. So let me talk about why I am so happy about this purchase. It's because it gives me ability to shoot in a different perspective that we are not used to seeing. So it opens up a different kind of a view in front of you. A capable camera in a small, relatively small drone like this is really awesome. So on days to come you will see many aerial content shot with this drone. Why I went for combo, not for Cine? Because Cine is very expensive, and it has only two aspects which surpasses your combo pack. Is Apple ProRes 422, and you have RC Pro remote controller which comes with Cine bundle. I don't need ProRes, Apple ProRes. It is not that I will work for, or in that kind of level I don't work. So I'm happy with 4K. They give 200 megabit per second, and this is really good. And you have a 10-bit D-Log, which is pretty impressive. Even in Mavic 2 it is already very impressive and capable drone, and this one is even better than Mavic 2. So very happy in that. And you have 5.1K. I shoot in 5.1 because later on in the post I get a little bit of latitude to play around with my composition, and you get up to 120 frame per second in 4K. Just really nice. I don't think I will ever shoot. And yes, one more very interesting thing. Let me just so this combo pack also comes with 4 sets of ND filter, and these are 4 stop, 4, 8, 16 and 32. Very neat. So you can really get your desired frame rate with this. You can slow down the shutter and take a very nice effect with this. Very, very beautiful. But what I miss is the polarization here. It doesn't have a polarization effect, only it blocks the light. So I want to purchase a polarizing filter along with the ND filter. So earlier with Mavic 2 I had ND set with CPL from Freewell. I think it's a 4K bright day light package. So even that has a 4 set of ND filters with a circular polarizer. So you can choose to engage or disengage the filter. So I thought of buying from Freewell, but I don't know. There are many other companies like Polar Pro. They make a very good filter. So I'm still deciding which one to go. But it is a must-have kit in your bag when it comes to shooting the really beautiful sceneries and waterfalls in Meghalaya. So I'm really looking forward, and according to me, the ND and CPL combination is must. So you can really avoid those unwanted reflections and diffuse lights, and you can really get the saturated color of greens and the rocks and the water. It's really nice, and the saturated sky, it's really nice. And sometimes it cuts the haze at a certain point. So I'm really looking forward for that. So for some reason DJI, they have decided to provide this pretty Stone Age kind of a controller that comes with even Mavic Mini. I don't know why. So even in the YouTube you will see people are not happy with this controller, and it's same with me. I'm not happy with this controller because in those who are coming from Mavic 2 controller is very, very smart. You have many other digital dials and controls. You can set either aperture or either shutter speed, ISO on the fly. You don't need to go to your mobile and set it. But here you cannot do this. You can't do this. And these are the things I really don't like. These are not a Pro controller. So RC Pro, there's a smart controller which is inbuilt. It has an inbuilt screen, very bright screen. It's 1000 nit. And the good news is that I have already ordered the smart Pro controller. So I'm really waiting. Probably it will take another 20 days, 15 to 20 days to come to me. So yeah, combo pack should have come with smart controller. Anyway, we cannot ask for more. They might have, company might have decided because of many reasons that we don't know. But anyway, what they give is what we have to accept. So smart controller is pretty expensive. Pretty expensive, but it will do the job well. And sometime with the phone, when you attach the phone here on top and you are flying in a bright sunny day, the phone might get dim, although you bump the brightness up because of the heat, it goes down. So these are the few things, and suddenly when you're flying, it goes down. So that becomes a problematic sometimes. You cannot see well. Now let's talk about the reality. So how about my experience and my satisfaction with this drone? I am absolutely happy with this drone. This is a wonderful machine to have in your bag, and it can do a lot of things which my DSLR can't do. And one of these things is flying above and take an awesome shot. And the still as well as the motion is outstanding from here. The color right from the factory set. What I mean by that is not the D-Log, but the Hasselblad color is absolutely gorgeous. And with D-Log you have more latitude to work with your editing, and the detail you get from here, it's absolutely mind-blowing. So I have no reason to be not, I have absolutely no reason to not to be happy with this. This is a wonderful machine, and I highly recommend it. But the thing is, now, do I recommend others to buy? There are two conditions. If you have Mavic 2 Pro already with you, then probably you may not need to upgrade it. But then, if your work demands it, then definitely it's a go, and I highly recommend it. Now, if you don't earn from your work, then probably Mavic 2 Pro will do more than what this can do. What I mean by that is, you will be spending again double of the money of Mavic 2 Pro in this drone, which is huge, which is costly. This is a costly drone, but in that case, Mavic 2 Pro is a very capable drone, and it will serve you well. Now, if you're coming from lower models like Air, Mini, then definitely this is a worth upgrading. I'm very satisfied with this drone. The control is, again, it's a feather-like control. Earlier in Mavic 2 Pro, I was very satisfied. The stability, the way it handles, the way it flies, it is wonderful. Even in the quite strong wind, you get a very stable shot. The videos out from there is very stable. It doesn't wiggle much like other smaller drone does. For me, coming from the Mavic 2 Pro, I see a huge difference, and this is very stable. I think it is even better than Mavic 2 Pro. I have flown in a very gusty wind situation. In Meghalaya, it's basically almost all the time it's very windy, and especially a waterfall like this, if you go little near, then the wind blow is even stronger, but this can withstand those. So you have seen I have flown quite near to the waterfall, and still it's very stable and taking its shot. So it's wonderful. And the most important thing for me is the battery life. Battery life is very good. And you've seen right now I'm charging my battery. Look at that, if you can see the lights. So it's charging the battery. I have 96,000 mAh inverter here with me. So it's a travel inverter. From DC to AC, you can charge any appliances below 150 watt. It's from the Cool Nut, and I'm very satisfied with this. Maybe if you want, I can give a review of this as well. There are some tourists passing by. Yeah, so the weather is absolutely gloomy, but then still I managed to shoot some aerials of Kandram top above. I hope you will like it. I don't think it's going to get clear, but I wanted to shoot at least some portion of this waterfall. Maybe I'll take a long lens and take a shoot. That vlog will come as well. So, is it for you? Definitely yes. Ultimately, it's up to you whether you want to upgrade or not to upgrade. But as a photographer's perspective, this is very essential for your photography journey.
So it's a wonderful equipment, and I'm very, very, very happy with my purchase. Very, very happy indeed. So in future, lots of footage to come in my blog. Keep watching. So thank you very much for supporting my channel. I know you are liking my content, and all the comments, I really, really appreciate it, and I welcome it. And as much as I can, I try to reply you promptly. So thank you for, I don't know how I have done, because I am not used to in reviewing equipments, but if I have done well with Mavic 3, then do let me know. Maybe I can do more reviews in the future. So yes, thank you very much for watching. So please give me thumbs up, and I will wind up now saying that it's worth my purchase. Thank you very much. So see you again. Bye for now. Take care.